Hi, I'm Paul. I'm this week's host, and I'm here with Emily Smeu. I thought it'd be a good opportunity to bring Emily on because we're both experienced having jobs while in high school. So introduce yourself, Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily Smeu.
So I wanted to talk about how you're Romanian, and we had last week, we had Aiden, and he's Romanian too. So you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we're both Romanian, but the thing that's different between us is that he is not Orthodox, but I am. So that's probably the main reason why we did not know each other before high school.
And you're like really involved in your church. So like talk about your church, because I think everyone wants to hear about that.
Yeah, so I go to Holy Trinity. It's on the right side of Troy, and me and my friends were there all the time. We're always doing dances. We're always at the services, helping out in the kitchen, all that, because it's a pretty big community. There's like 300 or 400 people there at least. So yeah, we're pretty involved. That's kind of how I know all my friends and stuff.
I wish I had like a church community like that, because when I was in church, like I didn't know that many people in there, and it was kind of just like old people. So I feel like you're really lucky to have a church experience like that.
Yeah, honestly, growing up, like church was my main source of friends and opportunities, because if I didn't have them, I wouldn't have anyone, because I don't really have people at school. So I'm really lucky to have that.
So you have older siblings, right? So
Yes.
we both have older siblings, but I thought that was something that we could talk about also. So
Yes, I have an older sister, Andrea. She's 19 and she goes to OU right now. And we're only a year and 2 months apart.
And you're excited to go to OU too, right?
Not really, but I'm excited to have an easy college life for now.
What's the major? What do you
I
think?
haven't chosen my major yet, actually, but I'm going to do something math related. So I'm thinking like data science.
Data science?
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm going to do. I want to go to state, but I don't even know. I've looked at the programs and I don't know. It's too confusing. I can't make a decision.
I'm in the same position as you.
So like I think we should go into like our like talking about work. So talk about Panera.
So I've been working at Panera since August of 2020, so more than a year and a half now. And I started off doing production, so making salads and sandwiches, putting the orders together. And now I'm a team lead there. That's my job title. And I have been since last year. And now I do not only production, but also service, prepping food, dishwashing, taking orders, all that stuff. I kind of just do whatever is needed at the moment. And yeah, I don't know. It's kind of my life. Like I go there a lot, so much, and pick up a lot of shifts. You know, it's a pretty big responsibility.
You're just like a hard worker. You're not like me. I only work like 2 days, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get up to there. I kind of want to try a different job in the summer.
But I only work 2 days too. It's just
But
that
how many
I
hours
pick
is it?
stuff up. I mean, technically, when you look on the schedule, it's only 10 hours, but that's because I had a busy school life. But I kind of pick up like probably 10 hours a week as well. So I'm working like 20 hours a week at least.
Would you say that it's hard to have like a school work balance right now?
As of like right now in this moment, yeah, because AP exams are coming up soon, and I feel like I kind of got accustomed to not having that much to do with school. So as a result, I started going to work more because of the free time. And now, since exams are coming up and it's like the last 2 weeks right before, I kind of am not balancing my time the way I should be. But other than that, I would say it's a pretty good balance.
There was like a point in time where I worked like 30 to 40 hours a week. Like last year during like COVID, I used to work at Del Taco. I used to like work like literally every day. Like I remember just thinking like, wow, I have worked like every single day.
No way.
And yeah, like I go on the weekends and like get there at like 2 and leave at 10 every single like weekend.
Yeah, I actually started doing that this semester, especially like going right after school. I leave school, change my shoes, and then I get there at like 2:30, and sometimes I'll stay and I'll be there till 10:30 because, closing and all. So I get that, and it feels like a whole second day in just a day.
I think those 2 to 10s is probably the worst shift that you can have. 'Cause
Oh,
you
for
can
sure.
have like the morning shifts that end at like 2 or something, and then you can have the rest of the day. But I think doing like 2 to 10, you miss out on everything, You miss
Yeah,
out
and
on
I mean,
everything.
when you work morning shifts, you just like know exactly the time that you leave at, but closing is just, it really depends who you work with as well, because if you're working with good coworkers, you'll get out faster, you know, you guys work together. But if not, then you have to stay till everybody's done. At least that's how it is at Panera.
So, you know that you've said that you've gained a lot of friends from church, but have you gained a lot of friends from work too? Because I definitely have.
I have too, especially like people of different ages, you know, like people in their 20s, people at different stages in their lives, people from different schools, and like people come from all over is what I've noticed. So yeah, definitely have met so many new people, especially because since I've been there for so long, the crew has changed so many times. It's always like I'm meeting a new hire every time I go.
I think it's so crazy how like work constantly changes. Because I remember when I first got at Del Taco, it was like me and all my friends. And then over time, it's like the managers change. We get new people, people that people love, people that people don't like also. And it's crazy to see how like your job can start someplace and then just end completely else.
That's actually just what I was thinking, because I was thinking I've walked down like the line in the back of the house so many times, and I just think every single few months there's like new people in each position. And with me, it's like I've been there for so long, nothing will ever top like the OG crew, I guess.
There's nothing like the OG crew.
Yeah.
When you start, it is the best. You have so much fun, and then it feels sad watching people leave.
The
they
vibes.
have to leave, you know, they have other opportunities that they have to do, you know, school and stuff.
The managers too, especially because for me, it was my first job. So like my first managers were amazing, and I'm lucky to have had them as first managers. And now it's like the new managers don't know. I feel like they don't know me or where I started, you know?
Yeah. What would you recommend to people that they don't have a job yet?
I mean, I would say it's a good experience. Like you kind of not only learn how a job works, but how the world works. Like there's so much stuff that I've learned from the people I work with, and like even like how having a job goes, like what you have to do, what's expected out of you, and like how it's going to be for the future. Because of course, having a food service job is not the same as having like an office job, but it definitely gives me more of a sense of responsibility. Like I'm needed somewhere, I have things I need to finish, and it's different than school.
I think I learned a lot about how you need to like act in like that type of workplace. You know, you need to have fun, but you also need to realize that it's a job, and you have something you have to get done. And everybody's a team. They work together to get things done, you know.
For sure. Definitely also about like the relationships you should have at work, like keeping things professional, you know, like kind of like maintaining your own work life and keeping your personal life out of it. And yeah, like working together with people. Of course, when you work with people like in a job like that, especially in such a high stress job, like the jobs that we have, like you see, I guess, sides of people that you don't see if you were in a relaxed environment. And it's also about like learning how to work with people who work differently than you.
I think that's a great response. So, I mean, we don't have that much time left. So I wanted to finish it off with the game of underrated or overrated. So the first thing is strawberries.
I think underrated.
Underrated? I think strawberries are probably one of the best fruits because you can use them in so many things. I mean, ice cream, like, I don't know, just candy and stuff. I feel like I just love strawberries.
They're a good candy flavor. Like unlike watermelon, which is a horrible candy flavor.
Watermelon is a good fruit, but a terrible candy flavor.
Facts.
Second one is Drake. What do you think?
I think he used to be underrated and now he's overrated.
That is true. I think his quality of music has decreased a lot.
He had his peak already,
Definitely.
and now he's kind of irrelevant.
What do you think about Adidas?
Oh my god. Overrated. It's chuggy.
I disagree. I think Nike compared to like Adidas, I just think Adidas is so much better.
I think Nike shoes are amazing.
They are.
They definitely top Adidas shoes.
For me, it's just Yeezy. I love Yeezy, and Adidas is Yeezy. So,
I guess.
Yeah. What do you think about cats?
Okay, well, that's a hard one because it depends if they're nice or not. Because having a calm cat that is chill and stuff, totally underrated.
You say that's better than a good dog. A chill cat.
For sure.
I definitely agree.
I think that opinion for me came with maturing. I used to want a dog so much and want like
kids love
the hyperness.
Dogs, but once you get older, you mature and realize the cats are better.
Yeah, I mean, once you mature, you also have other stuff to do than take care of a dog 24/7, and a cat is less maintenance.
Yeah, less maintenance. So last thing is candles.
Overrated. Do you really smell them that strongly the whole time they're burning?
It's not about them being strong. I think it's about having something to smell. Like, even if it's not super strong, it just kind of lingers.
True, but like, I kind of like, you smell them initially, and then after a few minutes, you just get like adjusted to the smell of the environment, and I feel like they don't smell anymore.
But then everything smells bad when you don't have your candle there.
I don't know, maybe my sense of smell is messed up since I had COVID or something, but like ever since then, when I use candles, I don't smell anything.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So we've reached the end of the episode. Do you have anything you want to say to the audience?
Get a job and get that bank, because this is your time and you know you need it for summer 2022. So.
Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me, and it was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Hey guys, so we actually had some audio problems with the second part of our podcast, which is our discussion. We did it over Discord, and we decided as a group that we were not going to release it. But we will have an extra episode that is coming that is going to have the discussion. We're going to release that later in the week. But for now, you guys can just enjoy that single interview that I had with Emily. Thank you.